Why, in ancient China, people celebrate the first day of Li Chun and consider it the critical moment of a year and the most important day of a year from the universe energy aspect. Starting of spring, the days get longer, the temperature gradually rises, and the sunshine and the rainfall increase mutually. Sunshine is fire, rainfall is water. From the traditional Chinese medicine point of view, the marriage between water and fire generates and grows life force. Heart belongs to the fire element and the kidney belongs to the water element. The communication between heart and kidney produces life force and fevers conception. Here we have a broader vision. Besides the conception of a baby, it also means the conception of a new idea, new inspiration, and a new project. From TCM point of view, the body's physiological function relies primarily on this successful marriage between the fire and water elements. From this day on, the synergy of the universe favors this marriage. So life grows and develops. The date of Li Chun is based on the lunar calendars and changes from February 3rd to 5th. In Yi Jing, Book of Change, Li Chun is represented by the first trigram of 64, T-A-I in Chinese, which means peace, joy, and life. Follow the last trigram of the 64. Which means opposite. Disharmony, depression, and lifeless. First, let's take a look at Tai. You can see that 3 yin above means water above. The pure yin above. 3 yang below means pure yang below, fire below. This is precisely a beautiful moment of life, manifestation of life. We just discussed that the marriage between water and fire is the beginning of life. The question is how to make it happen. We can use herbs, acupuncture, qigong, meditation, tai chi to guide this communication. Remarkably, on this day of Li Chun, water descends on the earth because this is pure water, the pure yin. And yang qi, fire, rises. And think about the magnificent moment of life. Yang qi rises from the earth, pushing the plants to sprout and flourish. The pure yang also wakes up all of the hibernated animals the growth of life needs water. At this particular moment, the rainfall, the purine, descends to moisten, to lubricate, and nourish all of beings. Do you know that during the whole year, only this moment, the purine is above and pure yang is below, only at this moment. So do you realize how precious Li Chun is? From this day on, life starts to grow. The whole universe energy favors this growth. Tao, the way, nature, expresses its willingness or eagerness go to grow. That's the message from the Tao. Tao also shows us the critical sides of this day. On this particular day of Li Chun, the energy of the universe is going to shift suddenly from Bi to Tai, from this to this. Can you imagine the moment of growth is also a moment of chaos due to the sudden shift of the magnetic field and aura? You can see how powerful this shift is. People feel unsettled and stressed by this vigorous energy mutation in the universe and need time to readjust. So people are more sensitive and vulnerable emotionally. Because from this day on, the wood element, which relates to spring, starts to manifest on the surface. The previous videos discussed how emotional disturbance relates to the wood element. As a result, the overexpression of the wood element generates anxiety and stress. So from the ancient tradition, Chinese people practice on this first day of Li Chun hiding spring. Hiding spring. It's a ceremony processed with minimum talking and favors quietness and tranquility. Like a walking meditation, use this pure yang qi to go inward. To avoid verbal disputes in the family and workplace, people respect this tradition of hiding spring and to try to make this day peaceful and quiet, to avoid any unnecessary walking and conversation. I think it's very smart. A good attitude, an open mind, a happy mood to welcome the new year. Also, due to the exact reason for the significant shift of energy, people don't move on this day of Li Chun because moving means turbulence and no peaceful days. According to my experience of teaching and treating patients, the wood element is very delicate and needs to grow in spring. The expression of conception or creativity needs to be developed, to be spread. But growing too quickly or growing in one direction makes the energy stagnate. Take a look at the tree. The tree needs to grow towards all directions to make a healthy shape. If we overgrow towards one direction, that can create liver qi stagnation, emotional disturbance. To cope with this powerful season and fevers the energy of creativity or conceiving a baby, I developed a specific online course, Jade Goddess Method, engaged and focused learning on the wood element, spring season, creativity, pregnancy, menstruation-related disorders, menopausal syndrome. Second, we practice biting spring. On this powerful day, all beings and lives start to grow, including all of the microorganisms like viruses and bacteria. To prevent the spreading of these vicious enemies, since ancient times, people have developed the biting spring tradition on this day. Biting spring is eating spring pancakes and spring rolls on the day of Li Chun. Wrapping 5 spicy fresh vegetables like Chinese green onion, radish, bean sprouts, carrots, and Chinese leeks inside of pancake skins, and making spring pancakes or spring rolls, sharing food with everyone to spread the energy of spring, and also very smart to spread the vegetable to stop spreading of viruses and bacteria. It is a very nice method to fight against the rise of virus bacteria in springtime. Everyone in your family and community eating these pancakes or spring rolls can prevent diseases and welcome the new year. Also, health preservation in spring should conform to the characteristics of spring. When yang qi to grow and all things to grow. Spring belongs to the wood element and corresponds to liver. Capitalize the liver, TCM, internal organ system. Liver regulates expression of emotion. So food that is aromatic, spicy, and warm in nature favors this expression and manifestation of feeling. That is another reason we put 5 spicy vegetables inside the pancake. Biting spring. By biting the pancake or spring roll, liver system can fully express itself without any stagnation. As a result, no anger, no mood swing, and no disputes in the family. Also, another aspect, during winter time, to protect ourselves from cold, we eat much greasy food, a large amount of heat accumulates inside the body and develops into damp heat or toxic heat conditions. So it is the most appropriate season for a bland taste or even fasting. That is the best season for fasting, to release the stagnated liver qi energy and stress in the body. So greasy meat should be reduced during Li Chun solar term. Another interesting attractive practice is no haircuts during time of Li Chun. Hair is just like the vegetation of the human body. When yang qi rises and the weather warms up at the beginning of spring, the vegetation will grow abundantly. So it is against the law of the operation of Tao or heaven and earth to damage the newly born vegetation. Okay, very last. On this day, people get up early to embrace the rising of pure yang qi in the universe, to absorb, to capture as much as we can and to store it inside. The plan for a year also lies in spring. For example, spring plowing and sowing are the foundation of agricultural production, which is related to the quality of the year's harvest. Doing a good job in healthcare in spring can lay a good foundation for a year's health. Spring is the season for accumulating energy, and the New Year's plan should be arranged in spring to lay a solid foundation for the work throughout the year. So grasp the spring well, and you can have a good year. Please use this video to prepare a peaceful, quiet, joyful Li Chun. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.